What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me and tuning in to the Cowboy Corner show this evening. Sorry, running a few minutes late, but here, nevertheless, I am the Cowboy, and I am in the corner, where you'll always find me on a Saturday night, except when I'm not here on a Saturday night. But here we are. So we got a lot to go through tonight. We got a show to roll on. So you know the rules. Contact the show. If you can, get on the YouTube chat. And it is being closely monitored by yours truly, so I'll see whatever comes through. If you cannot get on the YouTube chat, if you are not technically savvy, you can always contact via direct message on Instagram at Cowboy in the Corner. And also now available is Facebook message as well. Also, Cowboy in the Corner on Facebook. So we're coming at you from all kinds of directions because that's how we do things around here. And this episode, Cowboy Corner, is brought to you by Taylor Farms Poop Blaster Mix Lettuce. This is a highly sought after blend they just came out with about a week or two ago. And people are really going crazy over it. They're running through themselves to get some Poop Blaster Mix Taylor Farms lettuce. And also, there's a new update on Oregon Trail, which is also sponsoring the show tonight. They have added a new update for a new level. You can now die of diarrhea lettuce on Oregon Trail. And if you're not like a Gen Xer or a Gen Zer or whatever my generation is, you probably don't even know what Oregon Trail is. And I guarantee you little punks with your 2K and your Calls of Duty and your Fortnite and all that crap, you couldn't even make it past the Kansas River. I promise you. Oregon Trail would eat your lunch. You wouldn't know what to do. But you can now, nobody wants the scurvy anymore. It's the diarrhea lettuce claiming everybody on the Oregon Trail. So we thank our sponsors tonight. I thank our sponsors tonight, and I thank you for joining me. If you are joining me, and if you're not, well, it's your loss. But I'm sure you'll be tuning in later. So the World Cup has just finished their third place game. So the finals is tomorrow night. They just finished their third place game about an hour ago, and it was like a banger. I was in here watching it as I was getting ready for the show. I didn't turn it on till halftime, so I missed the first half of it because I was watching motocross. And then when that was over, I switched it over to the World Cup because you got to have your priorities in the right order, So it comes motocross and then soccer. But when I got over there, it was at halftime. They were on the break for halftime, and it was 4-0 England. And France is like France was the favorite to win the entire World Cup there for a while. France and Argentina were supposed to be in the finals, but France was getting the crap kicked out of them, 4-0 at halftime. So I was like, what the heck? They came back, and it ended up being 6-4. England still won, but France pulled it to 4-3 with a few minutes left, and then England scored, made it 5-4, and then actually England scored again, so it was 6-4 at the final. But that was a banger game. So France didn't pull through. They didn't get it done. So England finished third place. And then the final game, that's going to be tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, actually. We're going to have España versus Argentina. Our brothers from south of the border down there, way south in Argentina, with Lionel Messi and all those guys, are going to be facing off against the Spaniards in an old-fashioned fencing duel. And that's going to be in New York City. So we won't be there live, but we'll definitely be able to tune in on Fox, I think. So I have to watch... When I watch the World Cup, I'm having to watch it in Spanish because, I have all of these streaming services. I mean, we have pretty much every one, but I don't have Fox. So the English version of the World Cup is on Fox. Well, I do have Peacock, which is NBC, and that's also tied in with Telemundo. So I get to watch the World Cup on Telemundo, which it's fine. It's the same broadcast. It's just in Spanish, but I actually like it better because Spanish, it's a better language, honestly, than English. I don't really understand it. I know a little bit of it because I deal with people that speak Spanish all the time, so I can communicate in a very basic manner. But Spanish, it's like a very passionate language. Like, you roll the R's and you don't say a L. You use a L as a Y and a J as a H. I mean, it's very passionate. And whenever they score on the Telemundo, the announcer they have, it's the same announcer for all the games, and he just says, "Go!" And he holds it out until I start to pass out, and I'm not even saying it, and then he finally stops. But the guy's lightheaded, and I think he's about 70 years old from what they said, so I don't know how he does it. But if you have Telemundo, I would recommend that you watch the World Cup final on Telemundo or on Peacock. and just see the difference, the contrast between the announcing in English and in Spanish. And speaking of that, I wanted to watch the home run derby this week. Tuesday night was the home run derby, or no, it was Monday night. And I couldn't even find the home run derby, the MLB home run derby for the All-Star game. Come to find out, it was on Netflix. And I don't have Netflix. So, I was looking forward to it. I wanted to see the home run derby because I watch it every year, but it's usually on ESPN. Not this time. So they sold it out to Netflix. MLB is just like, Major League Baseball is they're just doing a thing. They're just doing a thing. And I don't know why they're becoming, I guess it's just, they're just after the money. I don't know. I guess Netflix was able to buy the home run derby, but I'm not going to subscribe to Netflix. We have all of them. We have the Peacocks. We have the Disney Plus, the ESPN Plus. We have the HBO Max. We have the Prime Video. We have the Paramount. And I don't know. I'm sure there's more. We have them, but you have to draw the line somewhere. So I wasn't getting Netflix, and I'm not going to get Netflix because there's nothing else on Netflix that I even want to watch. I don't know if I brought this up or not. This is a bracket, but I already basically explained all of that. So there you go. At the top, that's just the flag of Spain and Argentina. And here's a cool little fact. Kylian Mbappe, he plays for France. He just, after today's game, the one that they just had, he became the top World Cup scorer ever. He scored 22 goals, not in a single game, of course, but in all the games combined that he played in this World Cup, he scored 22 goals. So that's him. He's like a big dude. He's not your average soccer player. You can't tell in that picture because he's not standing next to anybody, but he's like a linebacker. He's a big dude. So that's why he's pretty dominant, I'm assuming. I don't know. Here's a cool fact also. Lionel Messi, that's him right there. And he's a little short guy, but he's 39 years old. So he's considered to be like the Michael Jordan of soccer, or football as they call it. They say he's the best in the world. I don't know enough about it, so I'm not going to argue with them. I'll just take their word for it. He's the best soccer player in the world. There he is. You're looking at him, Lionel Messi. So he's playing tomorrow. They made it to the finals, Argentina. A lot of people are saying that they kind of schmoozed their way in with the officials. Again, I don't know enough about it. I can't be getting technical on soccer plays because I don't know enough about them. So I'd look like an idiot if I started, calling shots. Now, we get into football season, then we can talk shop. But soccer, I don't know. So I'll just take their word for it. He is playing tomorrow against Lamine Yamal. So this is the Spaniard, I guess is what you would call them. Spaniards, Spanish people. They're from Spain. They're playing him. He's 19. His number's 19, but he's also 19 years old. So there's a 20-year age difference in Lionel Messi and Lamine Yamal, and he's the star for Spain. He's their star player, and he's really good too. So, ironically, this is an interesting fact that I found. This is Lionel Messi, the older dude, and that's Lamine Yamal in the bathtub. This picture was taken in 2007. And there's a backstory to it. So if you're kind of creeped out, I was too. It's kind of a creepy picture, if we're being honest. But there is a backstory to it, so we'll get to that. So, Messi's not like a perv or whatever, so don't worry about it. But that's him, and that's Lamine Yamal. So he was like I don't know how old he is, less than a year old. I mean, he's a little cute, little chubby guy. And Lionel Messi has a mullet. He was 20 when this picture was taken. And, ironically, now here's him, and they're playing each other in the World Cup finals. Who would have thought that? This baby, obviously, you don't know if he's even going to play soccer, much less be one of the best in the world, and definitely the best on the Spanish team. So, that's cool. So here's another picture, and that's not like a mom and dad situation. That is his mom. That's the baby's mom. But because here's the story on that. This iconic photo of a young Lionel Messi bathing a baby Lamine Yamal was taken in 2007 for a UNICEF charity calendar. Now, I don't know what UNICEF is, but they made a charity calendar in 2007. Yamal's parents entered a local raffle in their hometown of Montaro, Catalonia, and won the opportunity for their infant son to be featured in a promotional photo shoot alongside the FC Barcelona players. That stands for Football Club of Barcelona, and that's who Messi played for at the time. The backstory highlights how a completely chance encounter turned into one of sport's most incredible full-circle moments. The photographer Jean Monfort organized the shoot in an away dressing room at Barcelona's Camp Nou stadium using a blue plastic baby tub. So, well, obviously, we know that. You can see the picture. Then 20-year-old Messi was just emerging as a global superstar, but he was incredibly shy and did not know how to handle the 5-month-old infant. Yamal's mother, Sheila, had to step in and help soothe the baby so that the shoot could happen. So that's the baby's mom, Sheila, and that's Lionel. And that was taken in FC Barcelona's locker room. So, ironically, now he plays for FC Barcelona, and they're playing each other in the game. So, pretty cool, right? I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. So I thought I'd bring that up. Because now, as of tomorrow, as of tomorrow, they're going to be duking it out. Or kicking it out, or whatever they do on the soccer field. And so, with that being said, we've covered the stadium issues and all of that. With them doing the stadiums and making them cover up all of their logos and their branding and all of that stuff. Well, now they're taking it back down. This was at Dallas just a couple days ago. All of the stuff that goes up is now coming back down. It's turning back into AT&T Stadium. They're taking all the coverings off, and those guys, we showed them when they were putting that up. They're on that top of that building, and it's like a slope. There's no way you wouldn't pay me enough to get up there and do that. No way, bro. No way. Goodbye to Dallas Stadium. AT&T Stadium returns after the branding change to comply with FIFA rules during 2026 World Cup matches. And what's funny is Spain won two playoff games in that stadium, and the Dallas Cowboys, who've played there every year since 2007, 2008, they haven't even won 2 playoff games in that stadium. But we're not going to go there because I know that possibly have some Cowboy fans watching, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. This is the inside of the stadium. All of that grass, they hauled it in from Montana or wherever, and they grew it so meticulously and planted it and nourished it up. And now they're just like, they had the laser lights. You remember all that? I mean, multiple thousands of dollars worth of equipment going on there to get that grass in place. And now, they could, we talked about this, but they could just play football on it. You could just paint the stripes on there, the yard lines, put the end zones in it, and play football on that beautiful grass. And instead, you have all of these backhoes and bulldozers and dump trucks in there and front end loaders. They're scooping it up. And I mean, now it's no good. Like you destroyed it. And now it's just going to be, I guess, I don't know what they're going to do with it. Haul it off to a fertilizer yard somewhere, make compost out of it. I don't know, but it's sad because that's really nice grass. And I'm sure that these football teams would really enjoy playing on that instead of the crap carpet turf with the cement bottom that you make them play on and all those little rubber pellets that get all in their eyes and stuff. Like, anyway, that's not my issue, but it is a sad situation. So, rolling on through, we're going to touch back on this diarrhea lettuce. Taco Bell is now offering new Imodium AD sauce packets in with their combo meals, because allegedly this Taylor lettuce or whatever it was called, Thomas lettuce, whatever it was called, and Taco Bell, they're like the provider for the Taco Bell. So the place grows the lettuce in California. Imagine that, California coming out with the parasite coccociliitis or whatever it's called that gives everybody the gravy leg, and you're getting it at Taco Bell, but you can also get it in the grocery stores. I know they were selling it. That's the brand they sell at Walmart and some other places. So, like, a lot of people are buying this. Mainly, it was around the Northwest up there, like the Michigan area. Is that Northwest? That's not Northwest. Michigan is not Northwest. That's like Washington and Oregon's Northwest. I meant to say Midwest area of like Michigan, Ohio, and all that. That's kind of where the breakout has been mainly. But I think that it's been detected in like 20 some odd states. But anyway, now you can get your combo pack at Taco Bell with Imodium AD sauce packets. You can read the full article at babylonbee.com, which we are not going to do. You can do that on your own time. How do I know if I have normal Taco Bell explosive diarrhea or parasite Taco Bell explosive diarrhea? That's what I was wondering. Like, I don't know is there a difference in explosive diarrhea and then just like regular, like what would it be if it's not explosive diarrhea? What would you call it? Just standard diarrhea, like laid back diarrhea? I don't know. The other day, like I had my stomach was kind of bothering me the other day, and this is probably TMI, but there's a story leading to it. So, my stomach was kind of bothering me the other day. And like what you do, I've realized when you're married, like what you do is you spend the majority of your time like telling your spouse whatever is bothering you, be it physically or emotionally or whatever. You spend your time doing that and communicating like, can you please give me the code that so-and-so sent to your phone so that I can log into this website. Like that's basically your conversation. So my stomach was kind of bothering me, and I texted my wife and told her, like, you know, and then that was before I knew about any of this, and she texted me back and she said something along the lines of, is it explosive diarrhea? And I was like, what? No, it's not. But how would I, like, even if it's regular, I mean, you know, there's always like a certain amount of an explosion that happens. And I'm sorry if this is bothering you, but you know, we get vulnerable on this show sometimes. I don't know. There's a certain amount of explosion that's always going to take place. So how do you know if you have explosive diarrhea or just, you know, regular run of the mill standard diarrhea? Like, I don't know, but needless to say, I was fully recovered, like within, you know, a couple of rounds, a couple of sessions. I was good. Whatever I had, you know, the parasite didn't hang on for too long. So, but then like shortly after that is, I guess, when the story broke. She just caught on to the story before I did, so she knew more about it. And I was kind of surprised when I got that text message asking me that. But now we figured it out. But no, it was not. This is actual footage of Americans after eating Taylor Farm salad. I just noticed at the bottom of this video, there's like some type of Oriental, like closed captioning. But what are they actually captioning? There's no words. They're you see that at the bottom? So they're like closed captioning bowel movement sounds. It looks like some type of Chinese, Japanese, Korean. I don't know. Just noticed that. So diarrhea lettuce replaces Ozempic as the hottest new summer weight loss trend. Well, I'm sure it would. I don't really know the difference, and I don't know much about the parasite. Like I didn't look into this. Like I'm not giving a report on it or anything like that. If you want a special report on it, then that's what like CNN is for. This is Cowboy Corner. We just touch on the basics and then move on. But I think Ozempic is more of like a I think it was designed for like diabetics. I think it goes more along the lines of your appetite and your blood sugar type deal. And then the diarrhea lettuce parasite, that just gets down to business. I mean, it just climbs down in the intestine and gets to work. So, but I bet it works faster. I bet it really does. You know what is not causing parasitic diarrhea? Yeah, a big old stinking ribeye. You're not going to get a parasitic diarrhea from that. Mm-mm. You know what else is not causing parasitic diarrhea? Christmas tree cakes. It's almost time, y'all. And if you know, you know. Like if you're one of them and you're watching right now, like we're almost there. We're almost to the Christmas tree cake season. I think last year I gave away boxes of Christmas tree cakes to viewers. So we'll probably do that again this year. Christmas tree cakes and the white fudge covered Oreos. That's like what I look forward to every year. They come out right about the end of October, 1st of November, and we're getting pretty close. It's gonna be there before you know, because who knows? Like we're already in the middle of July. Can you believe that? Already in the middle of July of 2026. And so, let's see what happened. Getting a message that the videos aren't showing, but they look like they're showing. They're showing on my end.
Trust me, you'll be fine. And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it.
Are y'all seeing that? I'm getting chat that you're not seeing the messages. Or you're not seeing the videos. Sorry. They're playing. They look like they're playing. So there's the Christmas tree cakes. There's the okay. Are you seeing this? Did we get to this part? Okay, we're good now, right? All right. So we had the closed captioning in Oriental on the Dumb and Dumber, and then we had the diarrhea lettuce Ozempic. That's the hottest new weight loss trend. And then we had the parasitic diarrhea that you're not going to get from ribeyes. Yeah, everything's working. Okay, we're good. We're good. I don't know. Maybe that was my fault. I apologize. Christmas tree cakes. That is not going to get you parasitic diarrhea. Yeah, we're good. Okay, praise God, we're good. So yeah, we're almost there. We're almost time for the Christmas tree cakes. We're almost time for the white fudge chocolate covered Oreos. So y'all just, everybody just hang on, and we'll be there before you know it. And here we go with liberals protecting themselves from explosive diarrhea in 2026. This is actual footage. You got to do the triple mask, and you got the one on the backside. I don't know. Some of this stuff just doesn't. Oh, and then you can get the T-shirt. I was having explosive diarrhea before it was cool. And again, it's just kind of your own matter of opinion on what you consider to be explosive diarrhea and what you consider to be regular diarrhea. But a lot of us, we were having explosive diarrhea before explosive diarrhea was cool.
Yep, he did a big turd.
I mean, take that for the literal manner, but I don't know if you would necessarily be calling it a turd or if it would just be, gravy leg. And last but not least, I get my diarrhea the old-fashioned way. 3 iced coffees and no lunch. Now, you could trade that, the 3 iced coffees. There's a lot of things you could put in place of that. For a lot of us, it could be Red Bull. It could be Alani. It could be regular hot coffee. It could be a lot of things. But yeah, you can definitely get your diarrhea the old-fashioned way. I do tell you, I do know one thing for sure. If you're ever feeling like cold symptoms and you want to take the vitamin C packets, if you take more than one of those vitamin C packets, get ready, because that is borderline explosive. It is definitely borderline explosive. All right, moving on from the diarrhea. Let's see here. Okay, this is the contestants running for Senate in the state of Maine, I do believe. Watch and learn.
Qualifications do you have to serve in the U.S. Senate?
Oh, I ran for office several times. Didn't win, but I did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books. And then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like, we get lied to, smoke and mirrors, like what's going on with that.
Hang on. Okay, Ashley. Okay, Ashley. There's so much going on here. First of all, you're running for Senate, and your qualifications that you're running for Senate are that you're a songwriter and you've written a couple of books. And that qualifies you to run for the U.S. Senate. Secondly, and probably most important, is Ashley says that her, I don't know. Obviously, it's a dude. That qualifies you to run for the U.S. Senate. You're not going to lie. You're not going to lie, and you're not going to be deceitful like we're being deceived right now. So you're a dude wearing a dress An ugly dude at that. Very unattractive dude wearing a dress that does not help. It doesn't bring out your figure. And your campaign promise or whatever it is that you're not gonna deceive anybody.
Qualifications do you have to serve in the U.S. Senate?
Oh, I ran for office several times. Didn't win, but I did.
Yeah, there's a
run.
wonder
And
you
then,
didn't win, bro.
I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books, and then I suppose my transparency. I wouldn't
transparency.
lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like,
So you're not deceiving anybody by trying to be a chick.
Like,
Well, you're clearly a dude wearing a dress.
Pretending like these victims did something wrong. Like, that's unacceptable. And I suppose the biggest thing is, like, I'm just an angry citizen now, and if I got elected, I'd be an angry senator, and I think that would probably be their worst nightmare.
All right. I mean, this is the people that these Democrats are like. This is the people that they're putting in, or attempting to put in. He's obviously a dude and is obviously wearing a dress, trying to be a chick, and then his campaign promises that he's not going to lie and not be deceitful. And this is where we're at right now, everybody. This is where we're at. And
Qualifications do you have?
I don't know. Like, these are the same people. This is the same group of people that are saying that you don't need an ID to vote. You can just go vote. You don't need an ID. And this is the same kind of people. I don't know. I mean, hopefully we're not there yet, but that was pretty funny. States where you need a valid ID to vote. That's up at the top. So the yellow states are the ones where you need a valid ID to vote. So as you can see, half the country, you don't need a valid ID to vote. States where you need a valid ID for the Olive Garden never-ending pasta pass is every state in America. So we need Olive Garden, to step in. We need Olive Garden to help us out, because obviously they know how to run things. They know how to do things. What are we talking about? The never-ending pasta pass is back, everybody. The never-ending pasta pass. However, if you haven't already bought it, too bad, because I've already looked into it. I was gonna consider buying one because it's just too good of a deal to pass up. But you can't. They've already sold out because they only grant 10,000 of these. So for $100, you can buy the never-ending pasta pass. And for 13 weeks, you get unlimited dine-in pasta, super salad, and breadsticks. However, it is strictly non-transferable and non-shareable. Pass holders must present the pass along with your valid photo ID to their server during ordering. Specific policy and redemption rules for the pass include the valid period is August 24th through November 22nd. So for that 13-week period, you pay $100 and you have unlimited dine-in pasta, soup, salad, or breadsticks. I mean, you can't pass that up. No wonder that it said they sold out of this in just a matter of minutes. I think it was the 14th, which was just a couple days ago, that this went live, and then you were able to buy them online. And within just a few minutes, they sold all 10,000 of these never-ending pasta passes. So if you haven't already got it, you're not going to get one now. You're going to have to wait until next year. But that's just like 13 weeks of glory. I mean, just the carbs. And Olive Garden, they've got the best pasta that there is. I don't care. A lot of people think that Olive Garden is like a trash restaurant. I don't. I mean, I'm a pasta schnob, bougie pasta schnob, and I really prefer Olive Garden pasta. It's great. So I was looking into that because I'm thinking, like, even though I don't have an Olive Garden around me, we've got to travel. Lubbock is probably the closest one. I mean, it's worth it though, because even if you just do it 3 times, you've got your money's worth. So anyway, too bad. And this is proof. I got on their website to order it, or to at least attempt to order it, and this is what I got. Sorry, this promotion is no longer currently available. So that's what happens on their website if you go look at it now. Moving on. Here we are, ESPN. Funny football player names. These are real dudes. Now, some of these we went over a few weeks ago. Whenever all of their recruiting was taking place, these guys, they were kind of finding where they were going to go. They were transferring around. They were getting recruited. We had a list of names, and a lot of people thought that these names were being made up, that they weren't real. A lot of people just said, like, you just putting funny names together like you do on a video game. And I understand. Like, that makes sense. But this is real. This is on ESPN website. So if you don't believe me, I don't care. You can get on ESPN's website and you can look it up. It has their name, it has their position, and it has where they're going to school. All of these dudes are 100% legit real. If you don't believe me, then get on ESPN. So here we go. We're going to run through the list. We got the pictures. We got the information. So this is specifically dedicated to my sister, Deborah, because she always really enjoyed just looking at names of players. It didn't even have to be football. It was just any sport. And she would always say that, like, if she was coaching or recruiting or athletic director or whatever the position would be, that she was responsible for recruiting players for a team, she would not care of their talent or if they even knew how to play. She would just get them so that she would have the team with the best names on it. And totally makes sense, especially for a woman. I mean, that's what they do. Like even horse racing, they don't bet on a horse due to they don't go through the program and look at their stats and their odds and all that. They just say, I like the color of that one, or I like that one because it's number 9 and has a pink blanket and whatever. So, and typically more often than not, they win. But anyway, rolling on through here, we have Prayer Young Black Goat. Prayer Young Black Goat. He is a freshman linebacker, Arizona State Sun Devils. Here we go with Pig Cage. This is Pig Cage. He is attending Incarnate Word. That is a real school. Incarnate Word Cardinals. Defensive back, number 31. He's a senior. 5'9", 199 pounds from Kenner, Louisiana. Up next, Mobility. Now this guy, so he's got to be quick. He's got to be spry. He's got to be able to move around, because if you're not, like, you got to live up to that name. And he's a cornerback, so that's a good position for Mo, because you got to be mobile to be a good cornerback. He's a junior. He's from Dallas, 6 foot, 184 pounds. He's probably a little bit on the short side for like an NFL caliber quarterback. He's playing for Rice Owls. That's in Houston. Mobility. We're going to keep up with him this year. Here we go with King Large. So this guy, he was built to be an offensive lineman. He's an offensive lineman, number 68. He's 6'4", 316 pounds. So he's pretty much living up to his name. I would give him credit. Whoever named him King Large, you called it. You called it on that one. So I'll give you credit. All right, what do we got next up? DeColdest Crawford. DeColdest Crawford. He is definitely the coldest of the Crawfords. He's attending Louisiana Tech. He's number 11, and he is a wide receiver. This one was cut a little short. I don't have his stats, but there's his info. Next, we got Dude Person. Now, I like this one. They're just, keeping it simple. He's a dude. He's a person. He's attending Central Arkansas. He's a defensive back, so he's going to be probably a safety, I'm assuming. Senior, 5'10", 185. He's a little bit short, but, he's a dude person. He kind of looks like Cam Newton. Didn't he look like Cam Newton a little bit? Maybe that'll put him in a quarterback and give him a shot. Just see what happens. He may be the next Cam Newton. Oh, went the wrong way here. All right, dude person. General Booty. General Booty. I mean, University of Louisiana, Monroe. He's the quarterback. So he's definitely quarterback. He's the field general. General Booty. I mean, you could go a lot of places with that one. You can be General Booty, or you can be more specific Booty. But we'll leave that one as it is. They get better. I'll just let you go with this one. I'm not trying to get a strike on YouTube or anything. Like, how does this guy live with this name? I don't know. Like, how do you live with that name? I mean, you're called, that's what you're called. Like, when people say your name, they have to say a bad word. I don't get it. How do you do that? Anyway, he plays for Purdue. He's a defensive end, and he really exists. I'm not making these up. This guy, okay, this is Rocky Beers, and he definitely looks like a Rocky Beers. If I had to draw a picture of Rocky Beers without knowing what Rocky Beers looks like, this would be Rocky Beers. Plays for Colorado State, number 81. He's a tight end, 6'5", 245. That's a good size for a tight end. He's a senior, and I mean, he sounds like this guy. He sounds like he's already going to be an all-star in my book. Rocky Beers. I bet he sells a lot of jerseys. There's going to be a lot of people who want a jersey that says Beers 81 on the back. Okay. This guy kind of goes with General Booty, but he's on the other end. We got Booby Curry. Booby Curry. I'm not sure what school that is. They're in the MAC. He's a wide receiver, number 5. I don't know who that blue bowl or whatever that is. Not sure. I needed to do some more investigating on that one. But we got Booby Curry, wide receiver, number 5. This is linebacker for Duke, memorable factor. So then again, like this guy's, he's got pressure because he has a name that he has to live up to. You've got to do things and become a memorable factor, or else you're just a forgotten factor, and nobody wants that. But memorable factor coming in, playing for the Duke Blue Devils, number 38 linebacker. Now we got Clay Oven. Clay Oven. That's what the Indians used to use, or the indigenous people. I don't want to offend anyone. Indigenous people used to use clay ovens. That's how they would make their pottery and, cook their wood fire pizzas and all that type of thing in the clay ovens. All right. Tommy Running Rabbit. This guy's also, so both of these, Clay Oven plays for Montana, and Tommy Running Rabbit also plays for Montana. And that's a good name, Tommy Running Rabbit, because he's a running back. So the name fits. Running Rabbit, running back, number 30. He's a freshman, 6'1", 202, from Browning, Montana. So there you go, Tommy. We'll keep up with the Montana Grizzlies this year. I think they play in D2. I think Montana's a D2 school, so we'll keep up with them as best we can. This guy, he's just kind of generic looking, but he is a prospect for Auburn. I don't know if he's actually on the team because he came up just as a prospect, but his name is Smoke Monday. Smoke Monday. He's a senior, 6'1", 207. I don't know. Oh, I guess he's a safety. It says SAF down there at the bottom. So that's about normal size for a safety. Smoke Monday. I don't know what he does the other 6 days of the week, but we know what he's doing on Monday for sure. And then this, we talked about him before. We went in depth on this guy. Noah, Eastern Michigan. He's in, folks. Number 46 linebacker. He's a freshman. He's coming in for the Eastern Michigan Eagles. And, the most ironic thing about this is he's obviously white. So I don't know how he lives with that name either. According to his parents, that's not how you pronounce it. But I mean, that's obvious. That's obviously how you pronounce it. Nobody else is going to not pronounce it that way. I mean, let's just be real. That's how you pronounce it. And this one right here, he didn't even want his picture up. Florida State wide receiver, number 81, Dakota Fag. And again, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to live with. I know there are several people and their last name's Gay, and that's bad enough, but gay is kind of like the general term. But when you get into this one, you're into the more explicit terms, and that makes it tough. Let me see. I think this is all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. So there you go. That's for you, Deborah. There's your starting lineup for your 2026 all college best names team. I did a lot of work for you. Put in a lot of time and effort on that one, digging those up. But since the season's coming around, everybody's in their place, everybody's where they're going, where they're going to be on their teams. We made it official. You've got the pictures. So all of you naysayers who said last time that those names weren't real, that I made them up, now go to ESPN. And if you don't find them on there, then I'll send you $1. They're on there. I promise. And if you still believe they're not real, then contact ESPN. You know, they're the ones that put this information on there. So with that being said, I guess we'll move on. Let's see. This guy, a lot of you have probably already saw this. So he just like gets attacked. Not really attacked. I don't know what you call this. He was taking pictures of this bison. They said that threw him 8 feet up in the air. I don't know what set the bison off, because I thought there was more. There's a more extended version of this video, and this is not it. So I apologize. But the precursor to the video, he's taking pictures. He's like the bison is on this far side, and the man is on the other side where he was, and he was just taking pictures. He wasn't antagonizing it. He wasn't doing anything. And the bison just gets up, and as you can see, he's already up here. There's a guy in the truck, and the guy in the truck, you can tell he's looking his direction like, oh no. And so here he goes. And the guy, this is like an older guy, so he's running as best he can, but he's no track star, you know. And he just gets, wow, that's crazy. Now, luckily, that was it. The bison ran off after that. He didn't stay and, you know, beat him down. And he could have hurt him a lot worse than he did, but that's pretty crazy footage. So just to be clear, they have now determined we have your regular cow on the left and the high capacity assault cow there on the right. So just to be clear, so everyone knows, kind of stay clear. If you see the high capacity assault cow, you need to stay clear of those, because they'll get you. They can chunk you up in an 8 foot in the air somersault. This is another interesting story. Another interesting, I don't know who saw this. So you may, if you haven't seen this, just prepare yourself, because it's a little.
Here to set the story straight for what happened on July 14th, 2026.
This happened. This was outside of a World Cup event. I believe it was in Kansas City. They had a World Cup event in Kansas City, and this happened outside of it in the porta potty area. Carry on.
My name is Chip Counterman. I'm a partner with Patriot Portable Restrooms here in Kansas City. So one of our guys went to pick up an event from the World Cup. I knocked on all the doors, made sure nobody was in the restrooms. He did find one of them locked, knocked on the door, and let the gentleman know he had 10 minutes to get out. Picked up everything else, went back to that toilet, knocked again. The man inside said he was not going to get out. Luckily, a police officer on a motorcycle went by. Our driver waved him down. Cop walked up to the door and asked the man to exit the toilet. The man replied that he could not reach the door and couldn't get out of the toilet. They looked inside and didn't see anybody. The lid was closed, no one was in the restroom. It kind of startled them. All of a sudden, a head popped out of the toilet and he said, "I'm in here." Fire department came after that and tried to instruct the man to exit the toilet, and the man would not do it. They asked him why he went in, and he told them he was retrieving a Mountain Dew bottle that he dropped in from the night before. So that put him then inside of the tank for about 8 hours, if all of that was true. After it was cut open, the man was able to exit the toilet. Fire department did hook up water to their truck and gave him a free shower. Long story short, horrible situation. Thank you to the Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department and Police Department for all the help. Watch out falling into toilets.
Yeah, so that happened. I mean, his story was, if you didn't hear it, he dropped his Mountain Dew in the toilet and then went in after it. And if it was a Baja Blast, I totally understand. I mean, you can't let that go. But unfortunately, I guess he couldn't get out. I don't know if he couldn't get out, if he didn't want to. I don't know. Obviously, they ended up having to cut him out, but he was possibly in there for up to 8 hours, just, in poo. That's a good place to be. If he had the diarrhea lettuce the night before, then he was in a safe place, obviously. And then he also was able to enjoy his remaining Mountain Dew. I don't know. I mean, we need his side of the story just to clarify like the details of it, because this guy really didn't have any details. But the guy did fall in the porta potty, was in there with the poo. They cut him out. You saw it just as I saw it. It's kind of gross, but like I said, if it was a Code Red or a Baja Blast, I mean, do we blame him? No, we don't. Now this lady right here, she's something, and this story came up. This was in Florida. I'm just gonna let this play.
I was getting a plate.
When Nancy Delastrita went to collect her mail, she got quite the surprise, a new license plate with her vehicle registration renewal.
And I looked at it and I said, I don't think so.
The plate reads SQZ-A55, but from a distance, those 55s can be read as S's. Well, you get the picture. Squeeze blank.
I don't think a woman that lives in a senior community that's going to be 77 years old next month will be driving around with what this plate has to say.
The plates become the talk around her retirement community, especially the men. We were with her when she showed it to one of her 89-year-old neighbors.
And this is what I received from the DMV for my new license plate. That's good for 10 years. Good?
Florida license plates have been made at a state prison in North Florida for almost a century. Then they're funneled through the county agencies. Nancy's plate was mailed from the Broward Property Tax Collector's office. We went
Mark,
there to
thanks for
try to
watching.
help her get some answers.
It's a question about a tag, if you want to replace a tag.
And while no one wanted to talk on camera, we were told anyone unhappy with a plate can turn it in for another one for free.
I'm kind of resigning to it. And I figured maybe it was just destined to be on my car.
See, so now she's changing her tune.
So for now, Nancy's keeping the tag, although she is planning to let the state know about it. She'll see the reaction when she goes public with her new plate.
I can handle it if I get a few honks here and there. Actually, being over 70, I might like a few honks.
So she's changing her tune, as you can see. When they first started the video, she's like appalled by it. I can't believe that they sent me this. I'm not having this on my car. Well, then she realizes like, oh, she's getting a little bit of attention, especially from the guys at the old folks home. They're giving her some attention over that. So then by the time the video is ending, within that, minute and a half span, she decided she might leave it on there. She kind of likes the attention. She's a little bit scandalous, I guess we could say. But, I've heard stories that these old folks home, you think that it's just a bunch of innocent old people just kind of calmly living out their days and playing dominoes. But I've heard other stories. And so we'll see. I mean, she said she's keeping it. So at first she's appalled by it, and then now she's keeping it, and she's going to see what happens and, see if she gets any honks or whatever. Well, good luck to you, Nancy. I mean, I wish you the best with your offensive license plate. Okay, moving on. Let's get to some crashes. That never works out good, ever. You never see anybody that it actually works. I mean, this guy, same thing. Now that's a Tractor Supply employee. That's in front of Tractor Supply, and that was a Tractor Supply employee that loaded that up. Okay, so this guy, the ramps just come out from under it. So they always either do that, or this guy's on a trailer, so he's just an idiot. Like, he just drove it under it. Or this is the other option. You get your weight off balance, and then it crashes over. Same thing here. He did both. He got his weight off balance. It started tipping, and the ramp came on. And that's a Tractor Supply employee. So they're responsible for that. That one just rolled over the dude. Now it's on fire? I mean, geez, man. Like, I don't know. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. But people. Let's see what this guy's got going on in his little Coleman Tractor Supply special right here.
£50 per person. That's
Tree.
£200 off for a family
Tree.
of 4.
Oh, man. Tree. Aye, way. The little Vespa's got a healthy load on it. Car. They always show up at the wrong time. If I could find one of these Walmart shopping cart things, this is what I would do too. I'm actively looking for one, so if anybody knows or has one, hit a brother up. I mean, it sounds like they got about a 250 in that thing. That's definitely some type of motorcycle engine. And this dude kind of looks the part. Like, he kind of looks like he knows what he's doing. He's got the riding boots and pants on. He's not wearing a helmet, of course, because why would you do that? He's wearing the protective hat, though. But he rides like he knows what he's doing a little bit. Kind of looks like it. And then I don't know what the heck he did. I mean, obviously I know what he did. He whiskey throttled into the side of the wall, but like, I don't know how that happened. I don't know. I mean, I could tell you right here that this isn't going to end good. I haven't even seen all of this yet, but you don't take off on a dirt bike across a pond or a river or whatever that is full of plastic barrels. Like, there's no way that this is going to end well. But let's see. I mean, he made the best of it. I give him credit. Oh, here he comes. All right. He's drinking a beer, so you got that going for you. He actually made it across. He actually made it across really well. And he stuck the landing pretty good, other than doing the Superman over the bars. He's going to have some road rash, but he's, you can't look hurt. He's not looking hurt. So he's got that going for him. All right, Granny, let's see what you got. Yeah, put down your drink. All right, bring it on, kiddo. Oh, that's a concussion, probably. The adults are just laughing. They're not even looking. The little girl, who looks like she's about 4 or 5 years old, she's going to go over and try to render some aid. But the adults, one of them's totally bent over. She's laughing so hard. And the other two are just kind of like cringing and looking away. I'm going to watch this one again. I'm going to keep my eyes on these adults. The responsible ones. Terrible. I don't know. The kids probably say this is AI.
This one's called Shopping Cart Roof Guy.
Stuck the landing. Oh! I don't know. Maybe it's AI. Maybe it's not. This is definitely not AI. July 14th, 2026. Same song. That's weird. Good grief. Okay, stop. I mean, the license needs to be revoked. The license needs to be revoked right then and there. That's crazy. You downloaded the New Audio Bible.
The Bible on audiobook. Read by Donald J. Trump.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Great guy. What a great guy God is. I know God. Big, strong, handsome guy. Big, handsome guy.
That's definitely how it'd be. Gotta love Trump, but he always has to throw his own. He's always really encouraging, though. Really encouraging words. Well, if you're on his good side, they're encouraging words. He's also just as swiftly tongued in the negative direction if you're not on his good side. But what is this? A koala bear? Is that a koala bear? Is that what that's called? I mean, he's comfortable, I guess. Oh man, there's a lot of videos of saxophone music playing tonight. I don't know what the theme. That's not a theme that I picked. This guy looks like he's really struggling. He's on the struggle bus. This lady has had a tough life. She's been to hell and back. Oh, man. Yep, that's it. That's all we got, folks. We're done. Praise the Lord. That's all for the show tonight. So, hey, if you didn't learn something tonight, I can't help you. If you're not smarter after this show, then there's nothing else I can do for you. I've done the best I can. I've educated, I've instructed, I've put clarity on things, and we've gone through the gamut. We've covered everything from soup to nuts in the almost literal term. And so this has been a very educational show. I do what I can to help everybody out, to get you in a better place where you know more after the show's over than you knew before the show started. It may not be what you want to know, but it's definitely, what did I just say? It may not be what you want to know, but it's definitely all you want to know. That's what I tried to say. So I'll edit that out later. Anyway, appreciate you watching the show. Once again, as we do at the end of every show, contact the show. Join the chat on YouTube or direct message on Instagram. Obviously, the chat on YouTube is kind of too late now, even though I had a little bit going on there this evening. So I appreciate you for joining in. And you can always send on direct message on Instagram, and I get a lot of material that way. So I appreciate everyone who does do that. Also, remember, morning devotional every Friday morning. Every Friday morning, we're doing a Cowboy Corner morning devotional. So always tune in for that. They go live at 6 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time on Friday morning, and then you can always watch them whenever you wish. I always post links and all of the good stuff to get to all that. So everyone who is watching the morning devotional, I also appreciate that as well. Hopefully it's helping everybody out. So I think that's all I got. That is all I got. So I appreciate you watching. And until next week, we will see you later. Have a great time, everybody.